My name is Rhapsody and welcome to Slay the Spire 2. It's finally out in its early access period, so we finally immediately get to launch into it. It came out just 2 hours ago on Steam. We've only got the Ironclad unlocked. There's also a multiplayer button on the main screen. Look, we'll talk about all of that later. Let's get into the run. Ironclad still has 80 health, still starts with 99 coins. The last soldier of the Ironclads crushes foes with sword and flame against his will. Burning Blood at the end of combat heals 6 HP. Okay, so everything there the same. And then we've got 4 more locked characters. Silent. Necromancer. This one is Defect, so is Tanky Defect a different defect? I don't know. It looks like this is your first time playing Slay the Spire. Do you want a brief tutorial on some... I'm so sorry, Tooltip. You don't know about the 5,000 hours I've spent playing this game before. Yeah, give me a brief tutorial. How do you think I should play the game? To move up this spire, pick a room to enter. Once you complete the room, pick an adjacent room to continue climbing. Okay, so it's just gonna be like really basic tutorial stuff. Fair enough. This might be some people's first entry into this genre. Defeat enemies by playing cards from your hand. Cards require energy to play. When you are out, new cards are replenished at the end of your turn, as well as your energy. Play defensive cards to gain block. Block reduces the incoming damage, but wears off at the start of your turn. At the end of your turn, during your turn, you can observe the enemy's intent above them. Make sure to block that incoming damage. Still 3 potion slots. Okay, everything's looking and feeling pretty familiar here. Oh, I'm enjoying the visual quality of the game. I will say, both for the quality of the recording here, and also just visually for myself, I'm gonna turn that screen check off. It's a nibbit. You're attacking and defending. The attacking for 6 here. Of course, standard Ironclad strats. If I take anywhere up to 6 damage in a fight, that's completely fine. I healed it at the end. No more cards? If you have no more cards to draw, your discard pile gets shuffled back into your draw pile. Nibbit's buffing itself. So I'll just throw 3 strikes at you. Bash to make you vulnerable, and also dead. 19 gold, and new cards! Oh! I was wondering whether or not, like, the setups for the base characters that we're familiar with, obviously. Ironclad Defect. Silent. Whether or not they would mostly have cards that we're familiar with? Nope, all of these are new to me. Setup Strike. Deal 7 damage, gain 2 strength this turn, upgrades to 9 damage and 3 strength. Tremble. 1 energy to apply, 2 vulnerable, upgrades to 3. That's not like a really good return rate in a deck that already has Bash that upgrades to do 3 vulnerability as well as 10 damage. Only for a single extra energy. And, well, Blood Whale, which I was hoping to just pull up and look at, but I guess I selected. For 2 energy, we can lose 2 HP, but gain 16 upgrades to 20 block. Okay. I can work with that. I can play it up to 3 times per battle as long as I take no other damage. So one of the things I like to do is analyze a path for its density of both elites and rests. Elites being a way to make us stronger in general by gaining artifacts that permanently affect us consistently, and also rests being a way to make us consistently stronger as well as heal in the worst case scenario. But make us consistently stronger by allowing us to upgrade cards. Before hitting any of those, I'd like to hit a couple of normal enemies so that I can get card rewards after them in order to get something to upgrade to help us take on the elites. So there's a maximum of 2 elites on any path here. I could take these 2 and then there's no more. I could take this one and this one. I could take this one and this one. This one, this one. There's no path with 3. So which of these paths has the most rests on it? This one. I go fight, 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 fight. One shot. Rest, fight, elite, fight. Chest, fight, rest. I mean, chest and rest being so close to one another makes this kind of difficult, but... Oh! I can draw! I can draw! I can't believe that... Oh! Okay, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. This is gonna be so useful. And then I have to middle click to erase. Got it, got it, got it. Oh. I saw this in the trailer and I was very excited about it. Okay, so we'll follow up this path so that we can collect some base cards. Then we've got this shop immediately after it, a rest to upgrade our start. Then cut out to the left to hit this elite. Then up again, past here, up again, hit this rest and this elite. Then we get one more opportunity to spend money before the end, and I can decide whether or not I want a rest or a rest or a fight at the very end. Perfect. Let's do it. Aw. Cute little slimes. It's a twig slime. It intends to attack. There's also the other bigger twig slime is going to be giving us a status, and the leaf slime is going to give us a status as well. Slime. Oh, the statuses can be played for effects. Hell yeah. I mean, they're still not a great card, but at least they aren't so punishing anymore as well. Yeah, so I just Blood Whale this turn. Defend against all damage that way, and then strike the enemy backliner. So if I draw Bash in the next hand, I can take out the Leaf Slime with a single attack, but it's always going to be 2 energy to take them out. Either a single attack or 2 strikes. Slimed, hoping to draw a block. Ugh. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's nothing I could draw after that was gonna prevent us from taking damage. Ugh. So Bash would make them vulnerable as well as deal 8 damage, so they'd have 12 health left, and then they take 50% more damage from future attacks. So the strike does 9, meaning I can get 19? Oh, not 19. Sorry, it does 8 damage. So I can get 17 health off the enemy, which means, unfortunately, I have to Blood Whale again and defend. You got me, Twig Slime. You took too much of my HP, and now I'm not going to be making a benefit with the Boiling Blood. Tip, power cards. Power cards apply a buff to you when used. Buffs remain for the duration of a single combat. Okay, so now we see some familiar cards. Inflame, gain 2 strength. Upgrades to gain 3, that is the buff power we were talking about earlier. Zero Energy Anger, deal 6, upgrades to 8 damage, and then add a copy of this card into your discard pile. It does cost 0 energy, but while I keep a smaller deck here for the period of time, I don't want the deck to entirely become Anger. And then Breakthrough, lose 1 HP, deal 9 damage to all enemies. Here's the weird thing. I really like picking up the first AoE card I see. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be relevant to the balance of STS2 as much as it was relevant to the balance of STS1, but like hitting the Gremlins fight or the Slimes fight or, gosh forbid, the Sentry fight on the first floor without a single AoE felt bad. And if I've got 2 cards in my deck that have lose HP, gain some value, I mean, there's gotta be a power that says whenever you lose HP, do something, right? I'm gonna take Breakthrough. The Shrinker Beetle? Why are you debuffing me, huh? What'd I do to you? Did I make you small? You shrunk me. Okay, that makes sense. While the Shrinker Beetle is alive, your attacks deal 30% less damage. Oh. Interesting. The next hand's not going to be particularly aggressive. I'm going to defend and then throw a Bash, because I think this vulnerability is going to be really important in allowing me to actually overwhelm you, because otherwise, my attacks don't deal that much damage. 6, and Breakthrough deals 9. I'm literally 1 short of being able to take you out this turn. So if I do this, then I need to deal 10 next turn. That should be fine. Blood Whale has probably saved me HP overall. Got him. Hey, and we're back up to 76, so we healed ultimately out of that fight. Fire Potion, deal 20 damage. Pretty happy about that. We can drink potions, drink or throw, rather, potions during combat. Iron Wave, it's back! Deal 5 damage, gain 5 block. Importantly, gains the block first as well. So I'm pretty sure that should prevent you from taking damage to spikes. Dismantle, deal 8 damage. If the enemy is vulnerable, hits twice. Damn, that's good. And Cinder, 2 energy, deals 17 damage. Exhaust the top card of your draw pile. 22 on the upgrade. That's a nice dense damage card, but I'm going to take this Dismantle. And it's going to encourage me to do best practices, which is upgrade Bash early and get some more vulnerability. Inklet. Oh, look at these cute little guys. Slippery. Next time Inklet loses HP, it only loses 1. Got it. Incoming damage this turn is 3, 3, 6, is 12. I guess I just full defend then? Yeah, they're going to be aggressive every turn, I think. Breakthrough to remove all of your slipperies. And then Blood Whale to prevent me from taking damage this turn. And then 2 strikes takes out the backline the next turn. So 2 strikes and a single defend ideally is like... No, never mind. This midline's literally dealing 10. Oh, that's fine. Breakthrough, strike. And single defend is fine. Because they either take 1 damage or 3 damage this turn. 2 strikes on future turns shouldn't be difficult at all. Okay, so they're like gearing up towards doing a big hit. Got it. Ooh, I like that little disintegration at the end there. Stomp! 3 energy to deal 12 damage to all enemies. Costs 1 less for each attack played this turn. Shrug it off. Yes, nice dense block card. Gain 8 block and draw 1 card. Upgrades to 11 block. And armaments. Gain 5 block, upgrade a card in your hand. Upgrade this to upgrade all cards in your hand. I'll be taking the Shrug It Off, methinks. Yeah, a block card that doesn't cost me HP seems like a real nice idea. Ooh. Hello, merchant. Thunderclap. That's a way to get vulnerability on our enemies. 1 energy to deal 4 damage and apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. It's never 2 vulnerable. It doesn't upgrade to give you 2 vulnerable. Just gives you 3 more damage. 3 more damage? Yeah. Twin Strike, deal 5 damage twice. Upgrades to 7 damage twice. Shrug it off again. Second Wind. Okay, so more familiar cards now. Exhaust all non-attack cards in your hand. Gain 5 block for each card exhausted. Feel No Pain. Whenever a card is exhausted, gain 3 block. These two are a great combo with one another. The Bomb. At the end of 3 turns, deal 40 damage to all enemies. And Gold Axe. Deal damage equal to the number of cards played this combat. I was really hoping that it would also give you gold. Belt Buckle. When you have no potions, you have 2 additional dexterity. Neat. There's also Meal Ticket, which we're familiar with. Whenever you enter a shop room, heal 15 HP. And Strawberry gives you 7 max HP. Gigantification Potion. The next attack you play deals triple damage. And Clarity Extract. Draw a card at the start of your next 3 turns. Draw an additional card. These all slap hardcore. I definitely want Thunderclap. I also kind of want the Feel No Pain Second Wind combo if I can, but maybe like going Exhaust, Vulnerability, and HP loss is just a skosh too much to ask. So I'll take Thunderclap. 75, 72. Yeah, okay. I'm short on being able to take both of these anyway. Let's remove a strike. I am supporting my local business actively at the moment. I'll take another Shrug It Off. I've got 2 elites before my next shop. At a rest site, you can stop and take a breather. After selecting one of the options, you must move on. Choose wisely. I'll choose the option that makes my deck better, please. The Bash upgrade for an extra turn of vulnerability is the best upgrade for damage for Oh god, I was about to say best upgrade for damage for every elite on the first floor except for sentinels. I don't know what the elites are on this floor. This is a different floor. Ooh, ooh. I can Thunderclap Dismantle this turn if I'm willing to take a little bit of damage for it, but I suspect ending this fight earlier is going to be worth it. So there we go. Thunderclap Dismantle. I take 3 damage for it. Blood Whale full defends us, but Shrug It Off means I only take 6 damage and then I can bash. Ooh. I could do second Shrug It Off and then Breakthrough, actually. No, having vulnerability on the enemy set up is really important. That's why we upgraded the bash. Oh, the enemy is going to debuff us. Okay, that makes more sense. Without the bash being upgraded this turn, the enemy would not be vulnerable, which would have made it much more annoying to try and kill them. Strength pot. Gain 2 strength, hell yeah. Rage. Whenever you play an attack this turn, gain 3 block, upgrades to 5. There's a setup strike here as well. Deal 7 damage, gain 2 strength this turn. Another Thunderclap. I don't want to fill this deck with Thunderclaps, but like a second Thunderclap? Okay. This elite is the Birdonus. And it's territorial. At the end of its turn, it gains 1 strength. Now, my deck is not super dense with damage. I think I would probably want to use the strength potion here for 2 additional strength. We'll block, dismantle, and strike. The enemy's dealing 12 damage this turn. I'm gonna Shrug It Off, Thunderclap, probably. Yeah, unless I draw bash. You have to balance between blocking as much incoming damage as you can and doing as much damage as you need to try and end the fight early enough so that you don't take too much damage. I'll deal 16 to you and then take 8 this turn. Especially because the enemy's getting extra strength every turn. Every turn I delay killing them, it gets worse for us. I want to leave you within fire pot range next turn, which feels like I probably need to also strike you, because otherwise I need to do 16 damage next turn. Yeah, our average draw does 16 damage. I'll defend. Thunderclap, Dismantle, and Breakthrough would have finished him. Dismantle didn't. Relics! Relics are found throughout the Spire and grant bonuses throughout your run. They can be found in treasure rooms, random events, or by defeating elites. I'm going to leave these tooltips for a moment because there's not going to be too many of them. And if there is anything new, it's very important to know about it. And also, it's worth noting, this might be your first time seeing Slay the Spire. In which case, hi, my name is Rhapsody. I play this game a lot. It's really good. Or at least I played the game before this a lot. This is my first time playing this one. So Vajra is going to start each combat for us with 1 strength. Bludgeon. 32 damage upgrades to 42. You're not a rare card anymore. Interesting. Evil Eye. 1 energy, gain 8 block. Gain another 8 block if you've exhausted a card this turn. Upgrades to 11. Also really good. And then a power called Pyre. And it gives you Ember at the start of each... Sorry, an energy at the start of each turn. Wow, upgrades give you 2 energy at the start of each turn. Yes. Yes, please. Oh. Who's is this Dark Souls 2 trio I see before me? The Crossbow Raider, the Tracker Raider, and the Assassin Raider. 11 incoming damage this turn. I've got a block potion that can block for 12 if I desperately need. But actually, I don't even need to use that because I can just take out the Assassin. Use Thunderclap to make them more vulnerable, and then use Bash to deal the damage. 1 by 8. Oh no, I also got made frail last turn, so I'm getting 25% less block from cards this turn. Do I throw the fire pot here? It'll save me 7 HP this turn to do so. It might even save me HP next turn. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm glad the boar runs away. We don't need to punish the boar for the sins of its owner. Battle Trance. 0 energy to draw 3 cards, but you can't draw additional cards this turn. That's really important I add a card draw source into this deck because well, on top of the Shrug-It-Offs, of course. Because we've got Pyre, so when I've got that out in a boss fight, I'm going to have a bunch of additional energy that I need to find an outlet for. True Grit. Gain 7 block. Exhaust a card at random. Upgrades to exhaust a specific card and give you 9 block instead. And then finally Uppercut. 2 energy, deal 13 damage, apply a weak and a vulnerable. Vulnerable being the 50% more attack damage modifier that we mentioned earlier, but weak being deal 25% less damage. So we apply that to the enemies to debuff them. I have no source of weak in the deck yet, so there's a lot of value in the first Uppercut. It's also a really good upgrade. I really want Battle Trance as well, though. Ooh, hang on. I could also go out this way. And then I get 3 events at the end rather than this shop, which I don't necessarily need that shop. Give me the 3 events, because the events are going to be new as well. I want to see what the events are. Although the fights are new as well, so I want to see what the fights are, so... there's too much new! How do I know what to start with? This is the Gorget. At the start of each combat, gain 4 plating. Plating says at the end of your turn, gain block. Plating is reduced by 1 at the start of your turn. Okay, so it's not plated armor, it's not metallicize, it's none of the other sources, because this decrements at end of turn. Sorry, at start of turn. Rather than when the enemy does unblocked attack damage, or in metallicize's case, does not decrement at all. Okay, so I want Pyre and Uppercut upgraded before I leave this floor. I'm going to get Uppercut first, because I suspect Pyre is going to be more important in the boss fight. The Frog Parasite. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's quite a thing to look at. Strategic. The enemy intends to give me 3 status cards, and upon dying, it summons something. Uppercut. Dismantle. I'm going to let you summon whatever you summon soon. Infection. At the end of... the card's moving in the most unwholesome fashion. At the end of your turn, if this is in your hand, take 3 damage. Got it. I'm simply not going to allow it to be in my hand. What? You didn't tell me that... No, it's full of enemies. We've got Thunderclap and Breakthrough. Hopefully we draw them in the same turn, because... that's a lot of enemies. Okay, at least they're not all attacking. If they were all attacking at the same time, I'd be somewhat distressed. Unfortunately, we didn't get a second AoE on the same turn, so... Oh, they gain strength as well. Okay, well, look. Breakthrough, strike, and we're done against the enemies that are attacking this turn. The best defense is a good offense. Perfect. 40 gold in the Ornamental Fan. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. Rampage. I love you so much. For a card that's absolute garbage, I couldn't love you more. 1 energy. Rampage. Deal 9 damage. Increase this card's damage by 9 this combat. Unfortunately, almost always turns out to be way too slow to really benefit from, unless you're doing some infinite shenanigans or an incredibly small deck. Pillage. Deal 6 damage. Draw cards until you draw a non-attack card. And then finally, Flame Barrier. 2 energy to gain 12 block. Whenever you attack this turn, deal 4 damage back, upgrades to 6 damage back. I really like Flame Barrier because it's a defense that has also the ability to do a lot of offense. Like that, the Hunter Raider, I think it was. The Beast Raider, actually, it might have been. The one who struck me 8 times would have just exploded if I'd played that. Birdonis Nest. You spot an enormous shambling beast chase off an injured green bird. In the alcove above, the bird fled from, a single unguarded egg lies abandoned. Your stomach gurgles. Eat the egg, gain 7 max HP, or take the egg. Add Birdonis egg to your deck, can be hatched at a rest site. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take a quest card and fulfill the quest. You gently scoop up the egg and stow it, thinking it may hatch into something useful later. A Sapphire Seed. You narrowly avoid stepping on a bright, sharp seed? Its unmistakable color gives away that this is a Sapphire Seed. Were those incredible seeds so to be extinct? Legends say that consuming one can greatly amplify your endurance. What if you plant and nourish it instead? Heal 9 HP and upgrade a card in your deck, or... Wait, actually, is there an upgraded version of Birdonis? Okay, if I could upgrade this and then hatch it, maybe this... Anyway. Or plant and nourish. Enchant a card with Sown. The first time you play this card each combat, gain an energy. Okay, I really like that, because if I put that on the Pyre, then this actually only costs 1. And it's only the first time you play it each combat as well. Oh! You scour the overgrowth and find a pot with good aeration. Then, you trek around, searching for an untouched spot where light peeks through a cracked wall. Carefully, you reinforce the pot with bark and vine to camouflage it, fill it with loamy, nutrient-rich soil, and nestle the seed just beneath the surface. Finally, you gather dew from nearby plants and pour it over the soil. Grow big, little seed. Unknowingly, the Sapphire Seed attaches to you spiritually, thankful for your hard work. I'm glad I came to question marks, and of course question marks can just be straight up fights as well. Defend bash. Oh, I should have bashed the one that's not... Yeah, the one that's gaining strength and the one that's not going to be defended next turn. Would have been the ideal target for that. Yeah, see, I could have killed them, saving myself 9 damage this turn. Oh, sorry, the plated armor actually helped me out there, saving myself less than 9 damage. Oh, the pyre! So good. Shrug it up. Strike him. I don't need to generate a new deck here. Gotcha, Nibbit. Energy Potion. Gain 2 energy. Oh. Bloodletting. Lose 3 HP. Gain 2 energy. Upgrades to give you 3 energy. Tremble. Apply Vulnerable. We saw earlier. And then Whirlwind. X cost. Deal 5 damage to all enemies X times. Upgrades to do 8 damage to all enemies X times. That one's coming in the deck, please. Thank you and kindly. Let's hatch that Birdonis egg. Bird Swoop. Oh, that's what the green cards are. It's 0 energy attack that deals 14 damage and can be upgraded. Interesting. Gets 4 more damage. Who are you? Vantum. This enemy intends to attack for 7 damage, and you are slippery for 9. The next 9 times you lose HP, you only lose 1. Woof. Oh, cool! And we actually get the Birdonis with this as well. I always like when, in Risk of Rain 2 does this a lot as well. I always like when you pick something up, it's displayed on your character. It like meaningfully alters the character in some fashion. Yeah, this one's Thunderclap Strike, which is great because then the Ornamental Fan gives us 4 block, and then the plating from the Gorget gives us another 4 block, meaning I don't take damage despite not defending. Oh, that tail just got raised. 6x2, that's fine. Higher, and then double defend. Still take no damage, and now I've got 4 energy a turn. Oh. I see where the tail's going now. 27 damage. Good lord. Let's shrug. Flame barrier. Shrug. And then bird swoop. Oh yeah, and then the bird does that attack as well. Cool. So no damage for me, thank you, but I will take 3 wounds in this deck. Bash and uppercut. It doesn't matter the order because, again, they are slippery, but I do get the weakness and vulnerability for 4 more turns. Weakness for 1, vulnerability for 4. Yep. That's it. Single defend, throw down Whirlwind, and now we're able to deal your damage. I've gotten through your slipperiness, Phantom. And now it is time for you to die. You're attacking me 2 times this turn? That's bad news for you. Not a big fan of the incoming 30 damage turn. That one's not great, but the bird swoop on top of your vulnerability is really nice, dealing 21 damage. For 0 energy, which is, it's a great rate. Gotta keep him vulnerable. Throw in all the damage I can that turn. I'm so glad I got a fully offensive turn when the enemy is not attacking and a fully defensive turn when they were, because invert those two and the fight goes very differently. Alright, you're dead. 21 health and you are vulnerable. You are basically I was about to say you're basically deceased and you don't know it yet, but then I didn't draw even a second attack card. Pretty much the entire rest of the deck should, finish you. There goes. Uppercut. Epoch discovered. Rares. Primal Force. 0 energy to transform all attacks in your hand into Giant Rock. Giant Rock, 1 energy, deals 16 damage. Transforms them into Giant Rock plus 1 energy to deal 20. I mean, yeah. There's also Demon Form. At the start of your turn, gain 2 strength, upgrades to 3 strength. And then finally there's Thrash. 1 energy, deal 4 damage twice. Exhaust a random attack in your hand and add its damage to this card. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. I'm taking that one. Exhaust a random attack in your hand and add its damage to this card. I mean, yeah. And then it does it twice? Yeah. I want that. Alright. It's Pale, the Melting Dragon. A puppet has arrived. Can you check on father? I'm too tired. Pale's Flesh. Gain an oh, so this is like our boss relic situation. Because I was like, why didn't we not get a boss relic last time? Gain an additional energy at the start of your 3rd turn and every turn after that. There's also Pale's Growth. Enchanter card with Clone. This card can be duplicated at rest sites. And Pale's Blood at the start of your turn, draw an additional card. Oh, straight up draw relic. Interesting. So enchanting a card with Clone is kind... Oh, how many enchants can a card have? Can I have this both Sown and Clone? Because if so, like, you know, the first cycle through the deck, I play 3 Pyres. The second cycle through the deck, I have so much energy. That could be fun. Or Pale's Blood for the card draw, which I also really like. I'm going to take the card draw. Oh, enchanting a card with clone would also be cool for Bird Swoop. Just get a bunch of Bird Swoops in this deck. I'd want to upgrade the Bird Swoop first and then clone it. Hang on, let me have a look at the path, see if I can find, like, a good density of rests. Okay, so there's a 3 rest path here, here. I'm going to get way better at drawing freehand with the mouse. So I call it a 3 rest path, by the way, because there's always a rest at the end of the path. So I don't even count that one, but it's a 4 rest path. So I'd be able to upgrade Bird Swoop, dupe Bird Swoop, dupe Bird Swoop, maybe rest or dupe Bird Swoop. With vulnerability in the deck, a 0-cost deal 18 is really good. So that would make this our path. Join up through there. It's 2 elite, which there is a 3 elite path here. 1, 2, and 3, but it has barely any rests on it. Yeah, I like this path. I like this path a lot. Now it's just whether or not I go for clone or draw. I planned this path so that I could use clone if I wanted to. So show me a couple things. First off, okay, that was very useful. There is not a option to also put this on Pyre. Pyre is not being shown to me as a card. But I can put it on Bird Swoop. Exoskeleton. They are hard to kill, reduce all damage taken and HP lost to by Exoskeleton to 9. Huh? Oh, right, you can't take more damage than 9 in a single instance. Apologies if you can hear any of the power tools outside. I'm not thrilled about it, but hey, look. Turns out people need to renovate their houses on even the holiest of all days, the release day of STS. Oh, this is incredible. A whirlwind that hits for 6 damage 4 times. It's going to do everything except for kill the exoskeleton in the back line. If I thrash, then it might destroy the whirlwind, unfortunately. If I defend, then I won't also kill the exoskeleton, the middle one. I will still kill the first one, and then I'll only take 2 damage this turn. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, much easier to just finish these off next turn. So we're on the 2nd floor, so we start seeing pre-upgraded cards like this Tremble. Not going to be taking it. Another Shrug It Off. With the amount of energy in this deck and the fact that I'm going to be propagating additional 0 costs, I'm not against taking another Shrug It Off. The final was an Anger, which I also don't want to take. I would rather my 0 cost attack cards deal 18 damage rather than 6. Tunneler intends to deal 12 damage this turn. Well, I intend to play Pyre for 1 energy and then Blood Whale to prevent the damage. So good! We'll draw first. Thunderclap, strike, strike. Enemy's about to buff and defend. Oh, you burrowed. How could I have known? Burrow. Block is not removed at the start of the Tunneler's turn. Stunned if all block is removed, though. No, that's great. I will absolutely just full defend here. Uppercut into Bird Swoop. Now the enemy is stunned. Then Whirlwind for raw damage. Dismantle him. I'm going to full heal at the end of the battle anyway, so I'll use Breakthrough to finish. Otherwise, I would have defended and then waited for a different turn to finish, but since I had less than 6 HP missing, I knew that Burning Blood was going to heal me back up anyway. Twin Strike pre-upgraded. Deals 7 damage twice. 14 damage. It's actually, for me, 16 damage because of Vajra. I'm not against taking a pre-upgraded Twin Strike here, just for some nice damage density. It's also not really necessary, though. I'm gonna skip. I've been taking too many cards recently in the Downfall series. I gotta remember my roots. I gotta go back. I gotta embrace the thin deck again. The Overcopter here has summoned 4 tough eggs, which hatch after a turn and summon monsters. That doesn't sound good for me. I mean, I can deal a lot of damage to the Overcopter this turn, but I feel like I should probably hatch a couple of these eggs. It's a hatchling. It's 21 health. Got it. Uppercut, breakthrough, takes it out. Then I can defend myself with Shrug It Off. I'll play Whirlwind for 0 because it still counts as an attack. Even if it does no damage, it still counts as an attack for Ornamental Fan, giving us more block. Not that I needed the block that turn. That was more just like, show the tech. 1. Thrash the Strike? Yeah. Now the Thrash is going to have 6 more damage in this cycle because it ate a strike from my deck. Oh, this is not a good turn. Are you an elite? No, you're not. Damn. I have a density of attacks in the rest of the deck as well. All right, I'm going to use my energy potion here so that I can also bash and then defend, take as little damage as I can this turn, and then I'm just gunning straight for the Overcopter now. I think wasting damage on these hatchlings is a bad idea. Bird Swoop. Then if I Flame Barrier, incoming damage 12, 7... I can also strike and then defend. I'll only take 2 more damage this turn, and then I just need to be able to finish off the Overcopter, who's vulnerable with 15 HP. Should be a problem. Got him. Heal back up to full HP. Fish Oil. Gain 1 strength and 1 dex. Neat. Juggling. Add a copy of the 3rd attack you play each turn into your hand. Upgrades to become innate. Ooh. The 3rd attack I play each turn. If I can make that be Bird Swoop, I add it to my hand and it's 0 cost, so I just play it. Okay. I think it's time to juggle. Body Slam. Deal damage equal to your block and headbutts back as well. Put a card from your discard pile atop your draw pile as well as deal 9 damage, but I'm going to be taking that juggling. I also really need to upgrade Pyre as well. I can't ignore upgrading cards. The Lau's Progenitor. Curl Up gains 14 block upon first being hit. There you go. Oh, are you going to curl up every turn? Or, okay, you just refresh your curl up, I guess. Oh no, you just block and gain 5 strength. That's a lot of strength. Alright, well, Thunderclap, uppercut, defend. Annoyingly, I'm gonna play Whirlwind, and that's gonna give me another Whirlwind in hand. That was just for the block. But now I've got a second Whirlwind in this deck, cycling around. Thunderclap. Strike. Oh, no. Oh, no. Can I undo that turn? Oh, wait. Actually? Nah, I'm just going all in on damage this turn. Dismantle, and then that gives me another dismantle in hand. Dismantle again. Another 26 damage. I feel like that's going to save me a turn worth of fighting against this, and that's going to save me enough of HP to really justify it. Ooh. Thunderclap, Breakthrough, Thrash. Adds another copy of Thrash. Never mind. Kills the enemy. Attack Potion. Add 1 of 3 random attacks to your hand. It costs 0 this turn. Expect to fight. 2 energy. Gain an energy for each attack in your hand. Upgrades to be 1 cost by default. Infernal Blade. Add a random attack to your hand. It's free to play this turn. And then finally, Battle Trance. Do I take the Battle Trance? I think I take Battle Trance, but I only need 1 of them in the deck. Okay. So I need to smith Bird Swoop to then clone it. I'm not cloning it if it's unsmithed. Oh. Oh, yucky. Oh. Disgusting. Decimillipede. What is this incut flesh I'm looking at here? Yikes. Incoming is 14, 24 damage. I mean, I want to strike. Wait, no, I haven't got juggling out, so strike, bird swoop doesn't do what I want it to do. Okay, reattach. If the other segments are alive, revives him 2 turns with 25 HP. Right, so I have to work you all down in sync with one another. Okay. Okay. I guess it's good that I've got a lot of AoE in this deck then. Ooh. Being weakened is not necessarily my, jam. Pretty much gotta play the AoE there. Oh no. So it looks like there's one segment weakening us pretty much every turn. I'm gonna have to play Pyre, then Thunderclap, Whirlwind this turn. After that, I'm also gonna block Potion for 12 more block. Okay, so they keep you very consistently weak. I'm gonna pull this attack from the attack potion. Bully, deal 4 damage and 2 additional damage for each vulnerable on the enemy. I'll take Fiendfire because it's the most damage card here I can get. Okay, so if I dismantle the enemy's front line, I don't have to deal with that this turn. Then I can Flame Barrier, Shrug, and Fiendfire my way through 3 cards to prevent gaining weak this turn. And then the final thing is just dealing 31. Thankfully, because they multi-hit my flame barrier, is actually now only 23 that we need to deal. Which the whirlwind will do by itself. Oh, what a wonder not being weakened. Strike dummy. Cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage. Now I really wish I did take that twin strike. Ooh, upgraded dismantle. It is a lot of damage for us. There's an upgraded Thunderbolt, Thunderclap as well, and then Sword Boomerang deals 3 damage to a random enemy 3 times. Very good at carrying strength in damaged winds. This enemy intends to summon monsters, the Obscura. It's a Paraphrite. When this dies, it revives next turn at full HP, and it's a minion. Oh, it does a lot of damage, though. So focusing on it directly is not a great idea because it literally just revives next turn at full HP. So focusing on it just saves you from its attack. Which actually might be my most damage efficient thing I can do here. If I Thunderclap and Uppercut, I can take it out, preventing myself from taking the 16 this turn. Otherwise, I have to Shrug it off and Blood Whale. Oh, then I take no damage. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh. $22 incoming this turn. Dismantle and Breakthrough. Dismantle and Breakthrough is enough to take out the frontliner. Hell yeah. So then I only have 6 incoming. And I also got my Pyre out last turn. So now I've got my additional energy coming up. Some extra vulnerability on Obscura. Again, take out the Paraphrite to save my HP. I'm gonna... Wait, strike. Breakthrough would be 15, 15, and... 14, 15, 15, 14 is 44 damage. I'd be short. Okay. So it's Strike, Thrash, burns out Breakthrough, and Defend. Again, not an elite. Yikes. I may actually have to rest in the middle of this, which is going to suck for me. Unrelenting, 2 energy, deal 12 damage. The next attack you play costs 0. And Pommel Strike, 10 energy, draw 2 cards. 10 energy, draw 2 cards. Sorry, 10 damage, draw 2 cards for a single energy. Bag of Marbles at the start of combat, apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. Hell yeah. I'm sorry, I can't be stopped. I cloned it. Entomancer. We're attacking for 3 by 7? Whenever this enemy is hit by an attack, add 1 dazed into your draw pile. Why does it have to be mine? Uppercut to weaken you. Now you deal 7 less damage this turn. Then I will naturally defend. Oh boy. Dismantle them! Buddy, that's my HP pool, okay? Can you just lay off? That's where I keep my body. Bird swooping for 28 damage. Thank you, vulnerability. Hmm. Four by 7 is 28. I defend almost as much by fully attacking here as I do by defending. Thunderclap, Bash, then Whirlwind gives me 4 block versus 5 block from defend. I'm so glad I've got to rest after this. What? You butt. Okay, I can block 17. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good thing I got Bird Swoop. Alright, survived to fight on 1 HP. Fire Potion for our efforts, as well as the Lantern. Start each combat with additional energy. Mangle. 3 energy. Deal 15 damage. Enemy loses 10 strength this turn. Oh, it doesn't even exhaust. Yes, please. And now, it is finally time to rest. I just wanted to make you panic for a second. Let's hit up this shop now with a bunch of money. Permafrost. The first time you play a power each combat, gains 6 block. Hell yeah! If only this gave 2 less block and 1 strength. Art of War. If you didn't play any attacks during your turn, gain additional energy next turn. Or Dragon Fruit. Whenever you gain gold, raise your max HP by 1. I do like raising my max HP by 1. Spite. Deal 6 damage. If you lost HP this turn, draw a card. It's also Stampede. Oh, the birds. At the end of your turn, 1 random attack in your hand is played against a random enemy. That's a sick power. Relentless. Retain. If your hand is empty, draw 2 cards and gain 2 energy. I don't often empty my hand because I put a lot of draw in here. I think we're looking at, like, Dragon Fruit Permafrost. Speed Potion for 5 decks now. Ends the turn. Okay. Happy to hold the rest of that money. A field of man-sized holes. The southern side of massive field gouged with large outlines of bodies stops you in your tracks. One of these outlines matches your own. It's perfect. Remove 2 cards from your deck that add normality. What? Never! Enter your hole. Enchant a card with perfect fit. When this card would be shuffled into your draw pile, place it atop your deck instead. Ooh. Top our deck. I mean, Thrash would be fun for that. Yeah, because by the time I get Thrash for the second time, I want it now to. It's better the second time I get it. It's a snug fit, but you squeeze yourself into the hole. The further you go, the darker it becomes. Eventually, you see a faint light glow brighter and reveal the other side. You step out unchanged, but now understand the intimate secrets of life. Clone! Oh boy. Look at that bird swoop first hand. Enemy intends to give me 6 status cards. Uppercut, swoop, swoop, strike. About 100 damage in the first turn. Sandpit. Frantic escape, get farther away, increase Sandpit by 1. Sandpit, in 4 turns you'll be eaten to die. And then you increase the cost of it by 1. Got it. This turn's... No, I do need to keep up the aggression. I'm gonna Pommel Strike. And Dismantle. And then do I Thrash to eat the 11 damage from Bash? Get ready for Cycle on that? Yeah, I still get 4 block. And then another 3 block at the end of the turn, so I'm still only taking 5 damage here. I got the enemy on half HP already. I've got 2 more perfect fits in my draw. $28 incoming damage this turn? Buddy. I was worried about this Sandpit modifier, and you're just gonna kill me. I still haven't drawn another running away. Oh god. Oh, you are kidding me? If I play Frantic Escape, I then don't have the ability to survive the damage. Ah! If I played Fish Oil at the start of this fight, I would be fine. Alright. Is it gonna let me redo that fight? Or is it saving mid-turn now? Okay. I'm gonna redo the fight. Yes, I know that's a little cheap. I would rather not end my first episode halfway through, if you don't mind. Thrash. I don't mind to play the Frantic Escape. I'm not gonna, like, plan around doing it differently. I'm just going to have played the potion on the first turn. Which realistically I should have done anyway. Breakthrough and strike it. Oh, because the strike has the buff from Strike Dummy. Of course. That makes sense. Yeah. Get him! Epoch discovered. Pick up 100 gold and feed. 1 energy, deal 10 damage if fatal, killing a non-minion enemy. Raise your max HP by 3. There's also offering, lose 6 HP, gain 2 energy, draw 3 cards. Big fan, big fan. And then Dark Embrace. Whenever a card is exhausted, draw a card. I want offering pretty badly. If it was after the first boss, I might have taken feed. I would have taken feed after the first boss. Act 3, Glory. Give yourself to me, and you will be feared as much as I. Whispering Earring. Gain energy at the start of your turn. Vaku plays your first card for you. Preserved Fog. Remove 5 cards from your deck, but add Folly. Unplayable, Innate Eternal. Innate means it's in your opening hand. Unplayable, obviously. And Eternal. Can't be removed or transformed. Got it. And then finally, Jeweled Mask. At the start of combat, put a random power from your... Sorry, a random power from your draw pile into your hand, and it's free to play. Oh... Wait. Start of combat. Is that going to be able to target juggling? If I make juggling innate, is it going to have to target Pyre? I think that's great. It's actually, half of the time, it's additional energy for me because it's a card that gives me energy. And also then gives me additional energy turn over turn. I do want to encounter elites on this floor, but I also really need a good density of rests. So I'm probably going to go for the most restful path available, which is 3 rests maximum, pretty much no matter what I do. All right. The Scrolls of Biting. They have paper cuts. Whenever Scroll of Biting deals unblocked attack damage to you, you lose 2 max HP. Oof. Oh, thank you for the Pyre in your opening hand. Additional energy. I'm gonna Pommel Strike before I Battle Dance. Breakthrough is gonna deal 15, so 36. Get him with a Whirlwind. Block Potion for 12 block. Big fan. Hemokinesis. Lose 2 HP to deal 14 damage. There's also another Shrug It Off. And then finally, Howl from Beyond. 3 energy. Deal 21 damage to all enemies. At the start of your turn, plays from the exhaust pile. Oh, so if I manage to exhaust this, at the start of every turn, it deals 21 damage to all enemies. That's super cool. I have no way to exhaust it in my deck other than drawing it in the same hand as Thrash right now, so no, but that's cool. I think I could take another Shrug It Off, but I really think, like, at this point, I probably need to stop taking additional copies of things I have in my deck and just upgrade the copies I have. Devoted Sculptor. You look very familiar. Pyre in the opening turn again. Play Offering. Some energy and card draw. Enemy's already vulnerable, so I'll Pommel Strike you now. Let's get Juggling out. The third attack you play. So I played 1 Pommel Strike, so in 2 attacks time I need to play my Bird Swoop. Dismantle. Bird Swoop. Bird Swoop. Bird Swoop. That's why I cloned him, baby. Oh, Twin Strike. Deal 20 damage. Well, hang on. After modifier is 22 damage. For a single energy? And the enemy's most often vulnerable, so this is 33 in that instance? True Grit allowing us to exhaust another card in hand. Like, that is good sometimes. I'll take the Twin Strike. Frog Knight. Oh my god, this opening hand. Juggling is so good in the opening hand as well. Shrug it off. Strike. Bird Swoop. Bird Swoop. Bird Swoop. Shrug it off. No! If I'd done that in the other order, I would have been able to play the Pyre. No! You're not an elite. It's fine. I'm not scared. I'd be scared if you were an elite. Bird Swoop. Bird Swoop. Probably shrug off. I'll take this hit. I end up taking 8 damage here. 6 of that gets healed at the end of the fight with Burning Blood already. Bash, and then Dismantle. I don't want to play the Whirlwind here, because while it gives me 4 block, it also puts another Whirlwind in the deck, which is not one of my most damage-dense cards. I don't want to Offering if I can avoid it. Most of the rest of my deck is attacks. Okay. Dismantle. Bird Swoop. Stable Serum. Oh, right. I thought I thought this was an artifact for a second. It's a potion. Retain your hand for 2 turns. Cool. Bloodletting. Lose 3 HP to gain 3 energy. There's also Unrelenting and Havoc. Bloodletting's good on a turn that I have Whirlwind in hand. And a turn when I have a bunch of draw, but it's not the first turn. I'm not thrilled about it because I have enough HP loss in this deck, and once you get above a certain point, you're losing HP every fight, even if you win, which is not where you want to be. Oh, it's the Orrery. Upon pickup, gain 5 card rewards. Details for this relic will be revealed in the future. Brand. Lose 1 HP, exhaust 1 card. Gain 1 strength, upgrades to 2 strength. Not bad. It's the Lucky Fish. Whenever you add a card to your deck, gain 15 gold. That's more. Used to be 9. Planisphere. Whenever you enter a question mark room, heal 4 HP. Also cool. Hidden Gem. A random card in your draw pile gains replay 2. Upgrades to replay 3. I'm excited by that, but I don't think we should take random triggers. Omni Slice. Deal 8 damage. Damage all other enemies equal to the damage dealt. Oh, okay. Omni Slice seems pretty good. Oh, and then there's also Rupture. When you lose strength on your turn... Sorry, when you lose HP on your turn, gain strength. I do have a decent amount of cards that lose HP, and I do like strength. It's just I don't want another power that gets drawn into our opening hand, because currently Juggling or Pyre are so much better drawn early. I could go Rupture and Brand, but I think I might just go Cut and Omni Slice. Mm-hmm. The Owl Magistrate. It's fine. I haven't broke any owl laws recently, so it should be okay. I broke a lot of Gecko lore, but I don't see any of them around here. You just promise to warn me if you see any. Third hit is a Bird Swoop, giving me another Bird Swoop. Enemy's doing a lot of damage this turn, how dare you. I'll just simply defend against all of it. If only I had my Flame Barrier. It's looking a little like Flame Barrier might be better in STS2 than it was even in STS1. Just given the amount of multi-attacks I'm seeing. The enemy is now soaring, receives 50% less attack damage until it lands. So you basically doubled the remainder of your health. I had another bird to swoop after that. Stampede! At the end of your turn, a random attack from your hand is played against a random enemy. Perfected Strike. Deal 6 damage, deals 2 additional damage for each of your cards containing strike, but then finally, Fiend Fire. Exhaust your hand, deal 7 damage for each card exhausted. The reason to take Fiend Fire is not because I care about exhausting things. The reason to take Fiend Fire is because I have a lot of draw in the deck, and if I ever have a big hand and I have a Fiend Fire in it, it probably ends the fight for me. Okay. We are well beyond the time where I can accept that Pyre is not upgraded. Soon I want to upgrade my other power as well, so it's innate. Globe Head. Oh. Powers are affected by Galvanized. Galvanized, you take 6 damage when this card is played. Interesting. I'm gonna defend, then juggle. Okay, so I gain the block from Permafrost first. That was important to know. Then I'm going to Uppercut, Thunderclap, and Bird Swoop, and Whirlwind. Take no damage this turn. I'm gonna have to shrug this turn anyway, so I'll shrug first and second. Then Dismantle and Omni Slice. I don't need to Battle Trance. I don't want to draw past good cards. Nice. Got him. Energy Potion. Probably less impactful than most of the cards in my hand there. And this Pommel Strike. Yeah, I'll take that one still. Especially because it also gets the additional damage from Strike. So it's not a bad damage card as well as drawing 2 cards. Clone. Hungry for mushrooms? How long's it been since you last ate? What's that fantastic smell? Following the scent, you reach a cozy campground with all manner of tasty mushrooms being cooked. You don't consider the safety of eating these mushrooms because you're so hungry. So hungry that you don't notice the dead adventurer. Big mushroom, draw 2 fewer cards at the start of combat, raise your max HP by 20. No. Fragrant mushroom, lose 15 HP, upgrade 3 random cards, yes. Shrug it off, and offering, hell yeah. I might have even chosen the, well, I probably would have also upgraded juggling, but those are some really good picks. Oh, we got a lot of bird swoops in this deck now. I've got more than oh my god. Every time I clone, I'm cloning every copy of them. Okay, I can't hit that button again. You sample the fragrant one, a small woody mushroom with a delicate scent of shellfish. A burst of energy spurs you to run, jump, and vigorously train. Then a sudden stabbing pain hits you as the living fungi struggles within you during its brief final moments. Oh! It's Krang! Sorry, it's Mecha Knight! With 2 artifacts, so debuffing you with Mangle is not going to help this turn. Well, factually, if I uppercut you first, it will. There you go, minus 10 strength from you this turn, allowing me, yeah, look, I'll throw Breakthrough for 10 damage as well. Sick attack. 4 status cards you intend to give me. Enemies not vulnerable. I'd like them to be, but they aren't. Excuse. Burn. Unplayable. If you end your turn with this in your hand, take 2 damage. Okay, thankfully we block all of the burn damage. Handy. I can't imagine that using your sword as a flamethrower is the most efficient way to use it. I can't. I'm sorry. I think there's no way. I'll Battle Trance to fill out this hand now. And then if I Fiend Fire, I will do 12 damage for each card exhausted. And I will be exhausting... Actually, hang on. Let me just use my good damage cards first, and then I can Fiend Fire the rest of this hand for no real reason. It fires off. Gain 5 decks. At the end of your turn, lose 5 decks. No. Sturdy Clamp, up to 10 block, persists between turns. Love that. Sword Boomerang, Thunderclap, and Inflame. We'll be skipping all of those. Inflame, again, remember... Big reason to skip that is because Jeweled Mask is currently drawing higher half the time. Come on, AoE. Ooh. Ooh, what a first turn. Pyre, juggling. So we do 28 with a single one. Got it. So I'll dismantle here, then I'll bird swoop, then I'll bird swoop, then I'll bird swoop, then I'll mangle. The bird swoop helped a lot there, too. Iron Wave, Tremble, and Headbutt. I'm okay, thank you. Here, I will be smithing Juggling to become Innate. I assume it can still be the card that is chosen to be put in my opening hand in 0 cost, but it'd be nice if that wasn't the case, but... It's a bit much to ask. Thunderclap. Torchhead Amalgam. Oh, hello. Torchhead Amalgam and Queen. So you are like the Collector 2.0. Malicious. Intends to apply afflictions to my cards. And the Torchhead Amalgam's doing 18 damage. Do I ignore the Amalgam? It is a minion. It's dealing 18 damage, and if both of them are attacking at the same time on any turn, I'm gonna want it dead. Bird swoop. Bird swoop. Bird swoop. Chains of Binding. The first 3 cards drawn each turn are afflicted with Bound. Bound. Only 1 bound card may be played each turn. Cards are unbound at the end of the... Got it. I'm going to play the card that draws. Yeah, because it's really important to me that I get enough attacks this turn to trigger... Juggling. You are mine. That's one of the lines of the Collector. You sure you're not the Collector under there, buddy? Actually, Shrug It Off means I take no damage this turn as well. But Mangle's more damage to the enemy. I'm really loving the new animations. Uppercut definitely seems the better choice there. I wouldn't be surprised if you summon another Amalgam soon. Oh, 99 turns of frailty, vulnerability. Got it. So I'm just gonna... got it. I just gotta deal with that. I'm gonna Fiend Fire these cards. I don't want them in the future of this deck right now. Does a little bit of damage as well. The enemy's not vulnerable anymore, and they're dealing 35 damage. Got it. Ow. That one hurt. That one hurt a fair bit. Bash, Pommel Strike, Bird Swoop, Bird Swoop. Epoch discovered. So the Archdemon's thrall has finally arrived. Enemy. Kill. Victory. You've dealt 1,240 damage to the Architects, but it wasn't enough. You've dealt a total of 1,240 damage to the Architect. The Architect still stands despite having already taken 189,802,639 damage from all who have faced him. For our efforts, we unlock an Epoch again. We've discovered 63 new cards, 4 new relics, 31 new enemies, 5 new epochs. What are epochs, by the way? I still don't know. In the timeline... Oh! I love the game immediately answers that for me, thank you. In the timeline, reveal epochs to unlock cards, relics, and much more. Okay. Click the first one. Chapter 5, Meow, the reopening. Wait, hang on. Is there now a Chapter 5? Wait, no, not Act 5. Huh? Rise, champion. Again. Again. Meow will now greet you at the start of each run. Right, got it. That makes sense. So now we get a starting bonus with our runs. 5 epochs are waiting to be revealed. Crayon. Unlock by accumulating score. A void of nothingness. But then, a world came into existence. It churned about and molded itself to that which tells stories. Along this journey lay a planet named Prion, a mere spark in this universe. They say a great story about a Spire took place there. We unlock colorless cards, 3 colorless cards. Automation, 1 energy. Every 10 cards you draw, gain an energy. Hell yeah. Entropy, 1 energy at the start of your turn. Transform 1 card in your hand. Transform 1 card in your hand. So you'll get to select that. Interesting. And Catastrophe, 2 energy skill. Play 2 random cards from your draw pile. Then the Pact. Beat Act 3 with the Ironclad to reveal this epoch. It does say placeholder, but I do like that art too. For centuries, war raged between the Ironclads and the Valley Guard. Driven by ambition, a young Ironclad ventures to the forbidden boundary and bargains with the sacred demon. Potions unlocked. Blood Potion, heal for 20% of your max HP. Neat. Soldier Stew. All cards containing strike gain 1 replay this combat. Also cool. And Ash Water. Exhaust any number of cards in your hand. Yes, very familiar with that. The Ironclad's rage cannot be tamed. Ascension difficulties can now be activated when starting a run. I mean, look, we'll immediately start on that. Why not? Devastation. Beat Act 2 with the Ironclad to get this epoch. The Ironclad's strength surges. The flames of the demonic pack course through his blood. Cuts and bruises heal rapidly. The Valley Guard are cleaved in two. The Desert Tribe burned to a crisp. The Windwalkers are smashed into the ground. And even a familiar horde of aggressive bronze-cladded warriors are set ablaze with these exciting new flames. All of the Ironclad's enemies are shown no mercy. All of the Ironclad's... Ironclad... Where is everyone? The following relics appear in your future runs. These are familiar. Well, 2 of these are familiar at least. Red Skull. When your HP is at or below 50%, you have 3 additional HP. The Paper Frog. When enemies with vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 50. And then Ruined Helmet. The first time you gain strength each combat, double the amount gained. Ooh. Yes. And here's the epoch for Ironclad beating the first act. The Ironclad. A warrior from a faraway land entered the Spire. Driven by pure instinct and accursed blood, he's lost all reason and identity. All who prevent his ascent shall perish. And the following cards can now appear in our future runs. Cruelty, a power that causes vulnerable enemies to take 25% additional damage. I assume that's additive for the sake of being able to actually like calculate it easily at runtime. I mean, not for the program to do that. I mean, for people to be able to look at it and go, it does 75% more damage rather than it does 50% more damage and then also 25% more damage after that. Molten Fist. Deal 10 damage, double the enemy's vulnerable, and Dominate. Gain 1 strength for each vulnerable on the enemy. Okay. I'm liking this vulnerable sub-theming I'm seeing here. And then one final epoch. We have unlocked the Silence. News of the Spire's reopening has made its way to the Silent. She ferries a boat to the capital. The Silent sneaks past the gatewards with ease and enters the Spire once more. Unlock the Silent as a playable character. Hell yeah. All of these seem to be standard kind of things that we'll just be doing. Kill 15 bosses, beat Act 2, etc. Play a run with every character. Okay, so they don't have like unique unlock conditions, or at least none of these have especially unique unlock conditions that I need to worry about. I just play the game, and I'll eventually get them. Hey, folk. I gotta tell you around now. I've been waiting for this for so long. I've been preparing for this for literally at least a year. I'm gonna be so omnipresent and around, you will get sick of me. There's gonna be a lot of Spire content, and I'm then also gonna be streaming a lot of Spire as well. So if you do not follow my Twitch, you can find that in the description down below. Also, especially because it is the first episode of a new series, and it's a new series that a lot of people are doing videos about at the moment, but it's very much gonna be my bread and butter. I hate asking, but it would help if you would like the video and comment and subscribe and do all of the things that YouTube looks at and then goes, oh, these metrics mean something to me. I will therefore recommend this video to more people, and it helps grow the channel and make things more sustainable, etc., so on and so forth. Look, you've heard that speech a million times before from a million other people. Just transfer some of the things they say so I don't have to. Thank you kindly. Also, for anyone who has been with me the entire time since the Slay the Spire 1 series, welcome home. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2's Early Access. Top left is all of my content on this series, past, present, and future. YouTube's recommendation down below. A special thanks this episode to Cold Heart. Hopefully y'all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see y'all next time.